Any particular reason that you're hitting for the final exams?
Honestly, I just don't want to repeat the year. My math grades are hanging by a thread.
Same here. I studied all night yesterday. Coffee basically saved my life.
I'm trying to focus more this time. Last semester I procrastinated way too much.
Yeah, finals suddenly make everyone responsible. So, which exam scares you the most?
Physics. I open the book and suddenly forget basic math.
History for me. Too many dates. My brain just quits.
At least you understand numbers.
Barely. I stare at equations like they personally insulted me.
Well, what do we have here? The emergency meeting of the Hallway Association.
The Hallway Nerd Association is a very important organization, thank you very much. We do a lot for society. Unlike you useless, spineless twit.
The Hallway Association is a sad excuse for a group. The only thing you do for society is waste oxygen and precious resources. Unlike me, who actually contributes to society through accomplishments, success and meaningful contributions. So keep being a basement-dwelling, good-for-nothing loser and leave the real work to the adults.
Oh, look at you, Mr. Achievements and Success. You think you're so special, don't you? But let me tell you something, you're just a pathetic waste of space. You may have some accomplishments and success, but that doesn't make you any better than me. You're just a self-involved narcissist who thinks they're better because they've done a few things. But let me tell you, the real world doesn't care about your accomplishments or success. It cares about what you do with it.
You're just jealous because I have achievements and success while you have nothing but a sad little life. Keep wallowing in your own misery, while I continue to surpass you in every way possible.
Jealous? Jealous of what? Of your so-called achievements? Newsflash, buddy, just because you have some shiny awards or a big paycheck doesn't make you better than anyone else. So go ahead and keep stroking your ego, while the rest of us continue to do something meaningful with our lives.
You're just spouting nonsense at this point. My shiny awards and big paycheck are a reflection of my accomplishments and hard work. And I'd like to see what you consider meaningful in your life, if it's even anything worthwhile. Your shiny awards and big paycheck are nothing but superficial symbols of your ego. Sure, they might impress the people around you, but at the end of the day, they're just meaningless titles and numbers. And don't even get me started on your hard work. You probably got where you are through privilege and connections, rather than your own efforts. And as for my own life, it's not something I need to justify to you. But trust me, it's far more meaningful than whatever bullshit you pretend you're doing.
Oh, please. You're just jealous that I have something to show for my hard work and dedication. And don't talk to me about privilege and connections, as if you know anything about my background. My accomplishments are the result of my own blood, sweat and tears. You can keep trying to justify your own failures by dismissing my success as nothing but ego-stroking and superficial. But the fact remains, I'm doing something meaningful with my life, while you're just sitting here spewing out your bitterness and envy.
You know what's sad? It's not your success. It's not even your inflated ego. It's the fact that you actually believe that your accomplishments mean anything. Sure, you worked hard, and I'm sure your connections and money helped you out in the long run. But at the end of the day, it's just meaningless. You're just another cog in the machine. A cog that thinks it's special.
Who are you to say that my accomplishments are meaningless? Just because you haven't achieved anything in your own life, doesn't mean that my successes are any less meaningful. And as for being another cog in the machine, at least I'm a cog that's actually making a difference. You're still stuck at the bottom, feeling bitter and jealous of those who have done something with their lives. Keep telling yourself that your own lack of accomplishment means nothing, but in reality, it's just a reflection of your own laziness and incompetence.
Making a difference, huh? How many lives have you really touched with your successes? How many people have you truly helped, rather than just lining your own pockets? You might have all the trappings of success, but have you done anything that truly matters?
How many lives have I truly helped? Countless. My accomplishments have not only impacted my own success, but they've also impacted the lives of others. From providing jobs to people and helping to drive economic growth, to inspiring others to pursue their own dreams, my successes have had a ripple effect that has touched countless lives. And just for the record, I've also donated and contributed to charitable causes and initiatives, So don't even try to tell me I'm only interested in lining my own pockets.
Oh, so you've created jobs and driven economic growth. Wow, how altruistic of you. And let me guess, you donate to charity to make yourself feel better, right? Don't act like you're some just because you throw some money around and help out a few people. Your success is still built on the backs of others, and it's not as selfless as you'd like to pretend.
My success is built on the backs of others? Oh please, spare me the socialist propaganda. You're just parroting what you've read in some left-wing manifesto. My success is the result of my own hard work, dedication, and intelligence. Yes, I've employed people and created opportunities for them, but I've also paid them well and provided them with benefits. And yes, perhaps I donate to charity to help those in need and feel good about myself. But at least I'm using my success to make a difference, even if it's just a small one.
Oh, listen to you, creating opportunities for others. How generous of you, providing jobs and pretending to care about people. Your hard work is just a nice way to justify your ego-driven lifestyle. Donating to charity. Spare me the self-righteous suck. Your charitable donations are nothing but a way to wash away your guilty conscience. You're not a hero, just a rich person who wants to feel better about their privilege.
Wow, you're really trying to paint a negative picture of me, aren't you? Well, newsflash, I earn everything I have by working hard and smart. And if donating to charity makes me feel better about myself, then so be it. At least I'm actually doing something with my success, instead of just sitting on it and being a selfish jerk like you. And as for my privilege, I'll admit I was born into a wealthy family, but I didn't just coast through life on that alone. I worked my ass off to achieve what I have.
Don't act like you're a self-made success story, you had a leg up from the start. And don't act like charity absolves you from your privilege. You were born into wealth and had access to opportunities that most people could only dream of. Donating a small fraction of your wealth to charity doesn't change the fact that you live a life of luxury while others struggle just to survive. So don't lecture me about hard work and dedication when you've had every advantage handed to you on a silver platter.
So because I was born into wealth, I'm supposed to feel guilty and not enjoy my success? That's a load of bullshit. I didn't just sit back and wait for opportunities to come my way, I went out and worked my ass off to make the most of them. Plus, I donate a hell of a lot more than a small fraction of my income to charity, thank you very much. And don't act like I don't know that there are people out there struggling.
Sure, and it's easy to work your ass off when you have the freedom to pursue any opportunity because you're rich. You talk about knowing there are people out there struggling, but what do you really know? You've never experienced true hardship because you've been sheltered by your wealth your entire life. You can donate all you want, but it won't eradicate the systemic inequality your wealth perpetuates. Your success is built on a system that's rigged in your favor.
What's with all this argument in the school hallway? Aren't you both be supposed in the classroom?
Sorry, principal. We were just having a bit of a heated, friendly banter. We lost track of time and forgot about class.
Friendly banter? More like a heated argument. The pair of you were practically at each other's throats. What the hell did you even argue about?
Oh, you know, just some innocent topics like politics, religion, and whether pineapple belongs on pizza. Oh, and who has a more impressive collection of vintage action figures. Typical teenager stuff.
Pineapple on pizza and vintage action figures? Seriously, is that what you two were bickering about? And don't even get me started on politics and religion, you're far too young to have formed any kind of reasonable opinion on either. And another thing. Vintage action figures are for kids. You should spend your free time doing something useful like studying or hanging out with friends, not playing with toys for goodness sake.
Oh, come on, principal. Can a couple of teenagers have a little harmless fun? Besides, pineapple on pizza is a serious debate. And don't even act like vintage action figures aren't cool. They're vintage for a reason. People still collect and trade them, you know. And as for hanging out with friends or studying, we were actually discussing some pretty important stuff before we got a little distracted with our action figure debate.
You're missing the point here. You're supposed to be in class learning, and instead you're wasting your time arguing about silly things like pineapple on pizza and vintage action figures. And don't even try to justify your useless debate as educational, you were just killing time with trivial nonsense.
Alright, I'm sorry. Next time, I will be minding my own business from now on. Sorry for causing a scene. Here it was my fault for stepping in someone's discussion and causing ruckus in the hallway.
You're lucky that you're not getting a detention or a suspension, cause if you had bickered too much, I would either give you detention and a suspension for 2 weeks, so consider yourself lucky this time. Now, get to class now or you will get in trouble with me. Well, aren't you two supposed to be in the classroom?
Well, we've been waiting for our science teacher to arrive, but he is arriving late, so we will stay in the hallway waiting for him to arrive.
Well, you could wait for him in class, so get there before he comes.
Alright, we will go. Hope that he comes soon.
Alright, get to your classroom, you two. It's barely 9 and 5 a.m. Every teacher is in their classroom teaching students lessons for their period. Silly students, always doing silly stuff and bickering continuously.